was on my way home. How did you get me here? You saved me. I see. You found me passed out near the castle and knew I must be starving. Wait. How? Yes, I suppose a vampire lord isn't often just slumped over in an alleyway for many other reasons than starvation, do they? You're observant for a human. Most humans, I find, are often lost in their own drama and short little lives to pay attention to anyone or anything else. I am surprised you even noticed I was a vampire. I take great pains to try and blend in, typically. Yes, well, I suppose finding a man groaning on the ground with suspiciously large fangs while he held his stomach might have been a bit of a giveaway. And you are not frightened. No, I have no desire to attack you, which is bizarre, I must admit. I should still be starving, I don't understand. Can you please explain what happened, human? That's rude. Listen to me. Talking like them. If I am to understand, you work in the tavern nearby and were on your way home when you found me collapsed. When you realized what I was, you got another human to help walk me to your home under the illusion that I was a drunkard. And then... what? You fed me. How? You really cut your arm and held it to me and I drank? Why did I not just take someone from the streets who wouldn't be missed? Well, I suppose I owe you some explanation, seeing as you freely gave me your blood to save my life. Though I must ask one thing first. Swear to me that you will not repeat what I tell you here to anyone. Do you swear? Very well. Do you know how humans tend to shy away or be viscerally horrified by certain foods from time to time? The food can be perfectly fine and serviceable, maybe even a delicacy, but you just can't bring yourself to not gag or recoil. Well, that is me, with the one food source that sustains my kind. Yes, I hate blood. The sight of it, the smell, the texture, the cost. I loathed it. I hate having to constantly battle my inner beast, the wolves howling in my stomach from hunger just to stay, to cling to some of the humanity that was taken from me. I hate it. I fear it and its power over me. I feel like an addict constantly surrounded by my addiction, yet I get no pleasure from said addiction. I simply get to keep existing. There's no need to apologize. You wanted to help me, and you did. You freely gave something, and for that, I am grateful. I suppose some parts of me is confused. I've had multiple people try the same technique while I was both conscious and unconscious. Yet I still recoiled. By all accounts, I should have awoken in a state of pure panic when you tried to feed me. Mind you, I am grateful I didn't. Wouldn't be the first time I'd startled someone to the point where they nearly got a steak for me. I guess that question is up in the air. If they gave it to me freely, I do not know. They said they were willing, but when you are like me, you get somewhat good at sensing intention and emotion in other beings. With them, I gathered that, while willing, they weren't exactly thrilled at the idea. I think they found me disgusting in my own right, and I do not blame them. While I appreciate your bluntness, saying simply you gotta eat isn't. Yes, I do know I need to. Believe me. I don't understand. Why don't we work something out? What do you mean by that? You would be willing to feed me when I need it, simply because it would make you rest easier knowing I wasn't out there starving. It sounds familiar. Wait, I recognize you now. Yes. You're the woman that's always making pastries and food for the sailors and working men and women down in the slums. I've seen you pass by the manor enough times. My apologies. I should have recognized you. You think I'm too hard on myself? Yes, I was. Turned without my explicit approval. She loved me. She wanted me to be eternal alongside her. Until she didn't. When that happened, I left to try to make something of my newfound immortality. I founded businesses, I traveled the world, I did what I could to pass the time. It was nice. Somewhat, yes. You've only ever seen this little town. Is that what you would like in return for feeding me? To travel. If you are truly willing to offer me that kind of intimacy and respect, then the very least I could do is offer you some of my fortune. You want nothing in return? I do not understand. Yes, it does need to be more complicated than that. No, I will not take advantage of your goodwill like that. I will not take something for nothing. Please tell me what you want and I will make it happen. If you desire wealth, I have plenty. If you desire riches or political power, it will be done. A friend? That is all you truly want. Simply a friend. I am unsure how to accomplish this without offering the same as before. If you are my friend, I wish to treasure you as such. I wish to offer you nice things often. I would wish to offer you everything I could for such a deal. Because I have not had a friend in a long, long time. Friendship to a vampire is often meeting occasionally for gossip or a bit of a drink, and then we go our separate ways for a few years, if not more so. Each meeting becomes a quiet count of who got picked off this time in our absence. Who among us met our end to a vampire hunter or worse? And with each passing meeting, less and less of us show up. With relationships like that, you learn very quickly not to get attached. Everything is surface level interaction with no connection. That does not sound like what you desire. That's it. Really. Visiting for some tea on occasion. I do not understand you. You know, fair enough. I don't expect you to understand why I'd rather starve than try to find the solution. I wasn't exactly a scholar before I was turned, so I'm not going to be quite up to the super intellect of my peers or their supernatural charms. I do my best when I am complaining about familiar things, such as the new bookstore that opened up in town. My goodness, I know. Such a subpar experience. Constant rudeness from the owner. And do not get me started about so many of the locals and how they let their children run amok in it. And don't you think the inventory itself is somewhat lacking? I appear to be taking up majority of your bed, my new friend. Could you help me to the parlor, perhaps? I do not want to take up your bed, but I do not believe I'm strong enough to just yet take my leave. No, stop that. You're making me a bad friend by insisting I sleep in your bed. What am I gonna do about it? You. We've barely met and you're already teasing me. What is this? I hate this. No, I don't. Human, how dare you insist I enjoy being flustered in bed like this? That I'm free to do something about it? You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going back to sleep. Good night. Thank you. You rest well too. I wanted to apologize for taking your bed last night. You got some rest, I hope. Good, good. I do not think I will get used to your bluntness anytime soon. Yes, it would be nice to feed again, when you're not busy cooking your own food. We can eat the same food humans eat, yes. It just doesn't exactly do much for us. But we certainly can eat it if we want to. This might be an odd question, but may I watch you cook? Or assist in some way? I feel somewhat awkward just standing about when you've been as generous to me as you have been. I feel a bit foolish, you know? It's just been such a long time since I cooked my own food that I've forgotten almost everything. I'm somewhat mystified watching how fast and confidently you work. Oh well, I do know how to work a blade, certainly. I'd be delighted to help chop vegetables for you. You're quite kind to try and include my incompetent self, my new friend. You seem quite good with people. No? Well, that's certainly a surprise. You speak to me so easily. You show absolutely no fear having me around your home while you are away. I just struggle to imagine you not being as earnest with everyone. That is unfair of me, perhaps. My apologies. You find it easy to trust that I hide nothing about myself. And what, this puts you at ease? Well, that is a first. For me, at least. Usually people say I am charming in a blunt way. I have my doubts that they mean that affectionately. Really? You like blunt? That's refreshing. I promise I won't take that as an invitation to be snarky at you. Unless you warrant it. Then I am afraid I am no longer in control of my snark. Is that enough? Good. Here. Let me wash what you're not using so it isn't in your way. It's no trouble. I'm not going to just sit or stand and talk to you while you do all the work. Yes. I really have forgotten a lot from the days where I could at least cook a meal. Vampirism does funny things to the mind. Some things, some sensations and instincts are still so sharp. Memories become more fluid, though. You cling to the important ones as best as you can, but many become more like recollections of a dream you once had, long ago. Like real dreams, details begin to distort. Sometimes you exaggerate details yourself because they just feel so unreal. It is difficult to explain. The precious memories, though, they're so vivid that you feel like you can step inside of them. Relive them at your leisure, preserved in time in perfect detail. They can be beautiful or awful, sometimes both. I'm quite used to the blends of both. I suppose one can make new memories that become like that if they choose, yes. Truthfully, I hope to. I'm not arguing that coming to your work wouldn't be fun. I'm afraid that having someone like me there might bring down the mood. I know vampires are welcome, provided we behave ourselves the same as any other patron. But lords like myself tend to make people anxious. I wish it were not the case. Dress casually. You are a bad influence. It is refreshing. My dear, you most certainly are. We've been friends for less than a full day, and here you are tempting me to shirk my duties as a lord and spend time in a rowdy downtown tavern that regularly sees brawls that even the guards struggle to contain. It somewhat concerns me that you routinely serve drinks in the middle of that kind of environment, my dear. Looking at all the bruises on your knuckles and arms, you don't exactly seem like you're well protected. I'm not judging you needing a job and enjoying some chaos. I mean, you're harboring me, a vampire noble. The guards would be so confused at what to do that they might simply quit on the spot. I think my oh-so-lovely butler would lose his mind. Tempting. That is tempting. I'm only trying to get you in trouble because you're trying to casually convince me to pretend to be a commoner and maybe get into a fist fight. Do you truly see no trouble with that scenario? And forgive me, but it would be fun. Would probably not get you out of trouble, especially if you got me into any myself. That's a good point. I really should protect my friend. I mean, who could deny me some chivalry? I mean, if Lord Sylvelius got away with protecting his human lover from an invading band of soldiers, how can I be held to trial for protecting my friend? My friend. A terrible, terrible influence. One moment. I can shift these clothes into something a bit more casual with a bit of magic. Oh yes, you can actually get fabric that morphs with a spell. It's rather expensive, but I find the convenience far too great to feel guilty about it. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. How do I look? Good, good. You know, the most difficult part is going to be adjusting the way that I talk. You spend enough time with aristocracy and you sort of talk like a self-important courtesan. Going to have to grunt and observe how the sailors in the tavern speak for a bit before I open my mouth. Or, I suppose I could listen to you swear like you did last night. Those seagulls really annoyed you, I'm not judging, I promise. I'm saying that it was pretty difficult not to burst out laughing at some of the insults you whispered and yelled at them. I should probably let you know now that vampires have pretty good hearing, so be careful insulting me under your breath whenever you get mad at me. I appreciate you being willing to insult me to my face. I get so tired of all the muttered insults and sideways glances, rumors. It gets so tiring. If you ever fancy, I'd be happy to have you accompany me to one of their elegant little gatherings. It can be quite nice, a few times. More than that, though, I find it gets exhausting. Don't worry about that. I'd take you to buy a gown. It's the least I could do. After all, you would technically be my date for the event. And a gentleman always makes certain his date feels beautiful. Can friends not go as dates in human culture? Times have changed. How confusing. Yes, I nearly forgot that I was hungry. Talking to you is a lot of fun, you know? I hope you know at least. I do know that I can be flirty sometimes, yes. I promise I do not do it to tease. I know what you said. Your arm, if I may. Thank you. Here. It should heal quite quickly. The vampire saliva does that bit. Yes, of course. I suppose I should come up with some kind of story for myself to convince the tavern goers that I am one of them. Why don't you help me come up with my story? No, I do not think I need to make up a story where I fought a monster at sea, but I'll consider it. So this will roast the rest of the day. Then does that mean we should head off to your job, my friend? Very well. Let us see what the day holds for us. Before I realize what an absolute mistake I'm about to make. Come now, please. We should leave before that orc backs his words up and meets us both outside. Come on, friend, please. I'm going to have to start forcing myself to breathe regularly if you keep making me laugh all night. And as much as I am certain we could take those orcs in a fight, I'd like to remind you that the guards did give us a warning. I'll let go of your waist when you stop trying to run back in there and be a little gremlin. I'm taller than you, and I do have my vampiric strength on my side. Though I will admit, I think I'd hop on a chair if I saw you running at me like you did that band of brigands earlier. What? I'm not going to shout that back into the tavern. Madame, you've gotten ale spilled all over my hair. You've gotten me into 3 high-stake games of cards. And now you're warning me to make mortal enemies with a very, very belligerent orc chieftain. You're terrible. You know that? I love it. Ah, what a night. I don't think I've been that giddy in decades. I dare say I am having fun. And no one treated me like a monster. So I'd like to say your little disguise idea worked. They treated me like I was some regular sailor that was a bit more polite than usual. And, it was fun. I had fun. And you, my friend, you seem to be quite good at dodging airborne mugs of ale, but you're a bit drenched from that little scuffle, and your steps seem a bit uncertain as well. I do not worry too much. I worry exactly the correct amount for someone who has seen their new friend barely dodge fights all night. You've had a bit of a cough after the drink hit you wrong, too. Though I've heard you cough like that in your sleep, so you're perhaps dealing with some common ailment. I am sure that small-scale illness is quite common at the tavern, but, friend, your steps are weaving a bit. See? You're stumbling into me, barely able to hold yourself up. You are ill. You are. I can taste it in the blood you shared with me earlier. No. You cannot get me sick, do not fret. I thought I detected something odd, but I couldn't quite place my finger on the taste. It is a sickness you were born with. I can feel it sapping your strength with every movement. I can even feel the inflammation in your muscles. Why did you not say anything? I could pay to have you seen by a professional that may have a cure. Every person who has learned of the illness has left your side shortly after. I'm sorry. I know what it feels like to worry about being abandoned for something you cannot help. I have no intention of abandoning your side. However, this is not a sickness of the blood, as best as I can tell. It is in your bones, or mind. But I am no professional. I will arrange for one to come and... No, it is absolutely necessary. I do not understand. You are so insistent on helping me and being a good friend. Why will you not allow me to do the same for you? What will it take to assuage your guilt? Tell me what you need to find yourself worth helping, and I will make it so. I will put you down from my arms when I feel like you can walk properly without risking harming yourself. You are no trouble. Now, please, help me understand. Why are you so hesitant to take what help I am willing to offer? I feel, though we haven't known each other long, that you would have no qualms about helping me were the situation reversed. Are you afraid? I understand. You have given this comparison to people before me, and they met your kindness with abandonment or judgment. You are scared to trust that I will be any different. That is why you ask for nothing. You do not think this will last longer than I will allow it. I have no desire for our relationship to end, ill or not. It's not been long, but I've enjoyed every moment that we've spent together. I enjoy hearing your stories and watching you joke around with the patrons at the tavern. Here, you are home. Let me help you lie down. You're going to be sleeping in your own bed tonight, by the way. I will hear no arguments. Okay, you are either tipsy or far more tired than I thought. There's simply no other way you thought you could say that without my ears picking it up otherwise. Because you just asked if I was going to give you a kiss goodnight, and then giggled to yourself like a little goblin that had gotten away with a cookie. Being supernaturally good looking comes with the territory, so thank you. You're tremendously tired, Flirt. You're quite good looking yourself. For someone who managed to land a pitcher of ale on a table 10 feet away without spilling a drop. Stop trying to make me laugh and rest, you silly woman. I know you're trying to help me worry less, but that is only going to happen if you let me call a doctor for you. I will pay the costs, and I will hear no argument otherwise. You quite literally gave me the chance to live, and nothing you can say or do will take me from giving you what I owe you. Here, under the blanket. Now. The night is only going to get colder, and I can smell a distant snow in the air. Of course, you may ask a question. You may ask anything of me. Did I experience death when I was turned? Yes, I did. It was brief, but I have very distinct memories of a skeletal creature curling around and holding me as my consciousness slipped. It was actually oddly pleasant in a way, I suppose. For a brief moment, I felt like I was becoming a part of some grand, beautiful thing that I couldn't begin to comprehend. My individuality stopped mattering. My fears didn't matter. And then I was yanked back. My body was cold, no matter how I tried to warm it again. However distant I had been from that grand thing before felt infinitely deeper. Why do you ask? you afraid your illness will claim you before your time? I am here. I will ensure that you get better, no matter the cost. Alright? I give you my word. I will do all of that I can to give you a life that is beautiful, as you deserve. As the vampire lord of East Varden, as your friend, believe me, if I am somehow managing to win your heart right now, it is purely by accident. The other vampires tell me that all of my charm comes from being a clueless lad. I genuinely think you deserve a life much better than you've been given. I am in a position where I can hopefully give you that. I do not think it needs to be any more complex than that, especially given all that you have done for me. Rest now. I will be here when you wake. If I am not, it is only because I am in the other room still composing a letter to the doctors in the capital. Alright? I am glad you think I am a good man, my friend. If I've done anything right in this eternal life, then let it be this. Good night, dearest. Rest well. Here, I know it's not as good as your cooking, but you need to eat something. You must eat. You didn't eat hardly anything yesterday. I will feed you if I need to. You know that, right? Goodness. This is not romancing, my silly delirious friend. This is trying to keep you alive while you groan and whine at me. Please, can you try to eat for me? Oh, my cooking is improving, is it? Well, I've had a lot more reason to cook as of late. After all, the first time I went to explain to the tavern keeper that you were ill, he basically just yanked me behind the counter and put me to work in your stead. So, I've had to learn quite a bit. Can't say it hasn't been fun, though. Did you know Charlie invited us for cards in a month or so? Yes, like we are a pair. I mean, we are a pair, aren't we? Oh, he's assumed we're... Yes, that would make more sense. I was curious why he kept playfully elbowing me in my ribs and wiggling his eyebrows every time I brought you up. I suppose I do talk about you often, and with some degree of affection, don't I? I see. Well, I'm happy to let them believe what they want. I'm sure even if I did say we weren't a couple, they'd roll their eyes and not believe me. Truth be told, I somewhat thought he was trying to flirt with me himself. I've never been more confused in my life. But this makes a lot more sense, considering how Charlie loves his women and whatnot. Done already? It's a bit more than you ate yesterday, so that is something at least. Here, let me take the bowl while you lie back down. I'm curious about my past. In what regard? I told you how I was turned, yes? Or hinted at, more so, I suppose. The truth is, I was once just a simple servant for vampires. Just a simple man trying to make a living in a dangerous place by doing chores. Helping with the horses, all of that. I do not know how. I do not know why. She was somehow persuaded and decided to pursue someone like me. She had so many other lovers. I think for her, I was a novelty that lost its luster after it was turned. It is not your fault. There's no need for you to apologize on her behalf. A vampire's desire is fickle, and we have enough time to question ourselves out of ever finding happiness, really. It's why I'm glad we met, even if the circumstances were not the best. You know what you want. And what you want is pure and beautiful. I cannot express how much your simple kindness has meant to me. We haven't known each other very long, but every moment I spend with you feels peaceful. How are you feeling? Is the food I had prepared settling all right? Here, let me feel your forehead again. That is true. I would not be able to tell your temperature because of my body heat. I do not mean offense by this, but you do appear to be in a heat spell of sorts. Do you feel feverish? Here, let me sit and hold you then. I am cold. I can help cool down the fever, at the very least. I should have asked. I'm terribly sorry. I just embraced you without asking. I just thought you embrace me so often. Thank you. You're definitely burning up, my stubborn friend. I must ask you to rest, alright? I know you have your shifts at the tavern, but I'll handle it. Do I need to feed? I can't ask that of you. Not while you're ill. I can't take from your arm like I usually do. You'd bleed too heavily, even with my powers. The only way I could feed from you right now would be to do it the traditional way via your neck, but if I take too much, I could turn you into what I am. I don't think you want that, my dear friend. Immortality is a curse. Even if you find someone to share it with, you'd potentially be haunted or made a novelty by a stronger vampire. I don't want that for you. You really must stop flirting with me. I know you do it to tease and raise my self-esteem, but you deserve better than a man who will only ever be able to be cold, even if you are simply teasing. The doctor will be here within 2 weeks. They'll help you feel better, and you'll be able to live your life as you deserve. Trust me on this, will you? You can do better. Of course. I will still be part of it, no matter what happens. As long as you permit me. I want to be in your life. You are precious to me. Our time together is what I look forward to the most. I mean, I haven't even been back to the castle in over a week, you know. Don't say you love me. Please, even in jest. You are allowed to care for me if it is what you want, but I can't do that to you. I can't watch you slowly slip away as the years pass. Not you. If I allow myself to love you, there is no part of me that will be able to press on when you're gone. I will never, ever take that choice from you. I will never be that cruel to you, but I already must deal with the knowledge that I will one day have to mourn you as my friend, and it hurts. I want so badly to cherish the time we have, but time is so fast for me. Moments flashing in complete numbness, never slow, never appreciated. All I will have of you is the memories we make together. I can't take. We will make them good memories regardless, yes. You are right. I trust you. If you trust me too as much as you say, then I should be able to draw from your neck without turning you. Only when a vampire is bloodlusted does the turning actually occur. And to do that, we must be in such a frenzy to claim this person, either as a mate or as prey, that it bypasses all other instincts. Rest assured, I am calm for you, but I will only do so if you promise that you will feel less anxious at me not having eaten. I know that is why you are insisting. Here, tilt your head for me. Are you sure? It can be painful and I don't. Excuse you? I am not being a coward. And you don't get to pat your neck and grin at me like that while saying do it. I'm trying to be considerate, and you're sitting there grinning and giggling. Having a fever only gives you so much of a pass, my dear. My goodness. You are something else, you know that? Hold still. Shh, you're okay. I have you. It's already done. The wounds are closing up nicely. Thank you for the meal. I hate being a bother. You think friends are meant to bother another anyway. That explains quite a bit of your ideology, my friend. Now will you lie down and try to rest more for me? I'll stay and hold you, yes. I don't want you overheating. Friend, there you are. The doctor arrived while you were out. He had a chance to look over you. Yes, I fear the news isn't. No, don't. No, do not say, thank you for trying. Just because he doesn't have an immediate answer does not mean you are doomed. From what he said, it seems like a rare affliction that causes the bones to weaken over time until they begin to create spurs of sorts that cause infections and quite a bit of pain. I had no idea it was that painful. I'm sorry. I hope I've never accidentally harmed you. I see. Well, I am glad of that. How are you feeling? Well, you do always have the most colorful analogies, don't you? Let me get you some food. You haven't. I'm not sure what you mean by it's okay. Do you not want food? Because I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist. You're telling me it's okay to leave you to your fate if this is too painful for me? No. How dare you give me that option? How dare you try and give me an out from being at your side during all of this? What kind of friend would I be were I to do that? I will not leave you. You are everything. I am not giving up hope on your ailment just yet, and neither should you. I know that you are fighting a terrible fight against it, but you are not alone. I have all the time and resource in the world. All I ask is that you let me use them to try and help my only friend. The boys at the tavern are lovely, yes. In due time, perhaps I can even enjoy friendship with them, but they are not you. They do not give kindness and expect nothing in return. The way they talk about my kind is generally curious and fearful. I doubt any of them would have stopped to help me had they found me passed out like you did. If anything, I imagine I'd be being ransomed to the court if they had. Oh, you can make a pretty penny ransoming a vampire to the internal court. Yes. As much as we generally dislike each other, there seems to be an unspoken agreement of, if that stain on my life and reputation is going out, I'll be damned if it's some human or non-vampire doing it. It's odd, but I think the others crave, to some degree, what I have with you. Simple, earnest honesty and connection. It's hard to keep that when immortality makes you just so jaded and tired. I know you saw it as no trouble, just as you see me as no trouble. But I am. We're not even the same species anymore. You keep time with a monster, and treat me with the same as you do any other. The rest of the world, however, would not. They'd either fear and hate me as a monster, or covet and claim me as some fantastical, pretty little prize that can fund their life. Neither is a great option. Why, of course, you can lay your head on my chest. Does my lack of heartbeat ever bother you? That is something, I suppose. Goodness, you're burning up again. The doctor gave you an injection that he said would help break the fever at least. And before you do so, you don't need to apologize for sweating on me. As funny as your meltdown over the last time was. Oh, I think I'm allowed to poke a little fun, my dearest friend. After all, any time you are awake, you're constantly poking fun at me, flirting, trying to get me flustered, or crushing in my posh accent, as you put it. I still cannot believe how long you laughed the last time. Well, how was I supposed to know that Ward was a slight against his mother? I swear, you were a terrible influence, you know that. Your parents used to say the same. Well, you do not speak on them much, so I shan't comment. Lords know I've already stepped into more than enough social trouble as of late. Tell me something. When you were little, how did you see your future? Married, maybe children, house a little further from the city for more quiet. That is a nice dream. Me? I saw myself being some world-renowned adventurer, believe it or not. Figured I would do odd jobs for the Countess, earn enough money to buy some armor, do mercenary work, and eventually buy a ship. Now I have a ship and it just sits there. Why do I not travel now that I have all the time around in the world? I have, to a small degree. It just... everything seems less fun now. There's little to no danger, the ship is hardly even necessary. Perhaps it would be more fun if I had a bad influence to sail with me one of these days. Don't you agree? Of course, I would love to show you the world. And I would love to see the parts I haven't seen with you for the first time. Just so they mean something. If you heal from this, you will have time to find a partner and have your kids, if they desire. I will take them too. Vampires can have children, yes, but it is a difficult process. We have to coax our bodies into temporarily breathing long enough to confuse them into thinking they are right back somewhat normal human biology. At least that is how it was explained to me. In order to force a breath, a vampire must have enough blood in them to carry the oxygen to where it need be. Even then, there is every chance in the world that the process will fail. Our bodies are turned, yes, but they don't seem to know that they are turned in some regards. The breaths are not easy, but it is possible. Why do you ask? Rude? I am not a little dumb. I'm just trying not to acknowledge that you're asking about babies with me. Because it's embarrassing. You flirt and tease and act like it's all in good fun, but these are things I've thought about a lot as of late. I found myself hoping, and I greatly dislike it. My friend, there are so many ways for me to accidentally harm you, to deliberately harm you, and the thought of any further harm coming to you, especially by my hand, it makes me feel ill. I do know you aren't saying it out of nowhere. I know you care for me, as do I you. The longer we spend together, the harder it becomes to know that one day you will be gone. And I will more than likely still be here. How can I be selfish and ask for more? You've given me everything, and it terrifies me that you are willing to give me more. I had actually meant to ask you something, awkwardness aside. Would you consider moving into my castle with me? There's room for the doctor to stay as long as he needs there, and it is far warmer and protected against the cold than your home. No offense, but you are the one who lovingly refers to it as a pile. You'd be no trouble at all, my friend. Quite frankly, I think the castle could use some laughter and life in it. Even if it's just you giggling at me about giving you vampire babies or whatever nonsense has gotten you all tickled in the moment. Plus, I do have some pets I think you'd take quite a liking to as well. Well, they're not exactly conventional. One is a baby chimera, and the other is a dragon hatchling. They can roughhouse a bit, but generally very good boys. Really, that's all I needed to say. You are a cute one, aren't you? No. You have to take the teasing back. It's only fair. Besides, all you ever do is threaten to kiss the tip of my nose or something silly if I annoy you. and I've yet to have my nose kissed, so... Did, did you just... my nose? You just kissed my nose while I was mid-rant. Have you no respect for the monologuing ways of my kind, woman? Of course not. And I'm sure you'll do it again if you get the opportunity. Now, let us get you fed and prepared to move to the castle. Things will be much better there. I promise. Good morning, my dear. Still enjoying the new room, I hope. I am ever so glad you're settling into your new room and enjoying the amenities. It delights me to see you so excited and happy. Of course, I am certain it is no trouble. Quite frankly, the place has felt gloomy for most of my ownership of it. Having someone with your spirit might liven up the place a bit. Fill it with a bit of warmth. If you have the strength, I'd quite like to take you to some of my favorite stores, so you might select some decor suited for your tastes. I am not spoiling you. I am taking care of you. There's a vast difference. Thank you very much. Ah, Alistair. Good lad. What have you gotten there? Let's see. Ah, yes. The annual gala is coming up and they're asking to host in my space. The vampire gala, my sunshine. Remember when I mentioned that most vampires simply visit every so often to catch up? See who's still moving about? Yes, this is that gala. Typically, it is held closer to the capital, but with the rise of more and more hunter ambushes, they are requesting use of my property for safety purposes. It's a bit more than throwing a party, I fear. It'd be quite a bit preparation, a night of agonizing socializing, and I wouldn't be able to spend much time with you, I fear. I do not act like a little puppy around you sometimes, and I call you my sunshine because you make me feel warm. I should have known your teasing would only increase tenfold the moment we lived together. That is on me, admittedly. No, I wouldn't change it for the world. I dare say I've never been woken up by a pillow fight before, and I'm quite sure the servants had a good laugh once they stopped panicking. It takes a lot to get a bunch of jaded old servants to giggle, you know. Though, perhaps they were simply enjoying seeing me flabbergasted for once. Madam, you shouted battle cry and then bapped me with a pillow while I, mid-meeting, I do not know what else I was supposed to be but absolutely stunned while you ran away. General Saros still hasn't let me live that down, by the way. Oh, he'll certainly be at the gala. Anyone of notable importance would be. I suppose I should agree to keep the peace more than anything. Refusing would result in far more gossip, gaslighting, and general guilt-tripping than I care to admit. But you would need to stay locked away, I fear. If they got your scent, you could be harmed. Well, no. Most of them are civilized enough that they won't just outright attack a human, especially not with blood being provided at the gala. Still, I don't want to take that risk. You were reckless enough with me. Were I a worse man, or more the vampire, I could have attacked you once I woke. They aren't all like me, Sunshine. They do not want friends. They want food. Believe me, I would love nothing more than for you to join in the evenings, but there'd hardly be a thing for you to eat or drink. The vampires are going to make for an interesting group to converse with. They look down on humans largely. They will not see your worth. I know you do not care who sees you and who does not. It's one of the things I admire most about you, if I'm honest. If you wish to partake, then I know I cannot stop you. But as my friend, I ask that you at the very least remain by my side and careful throughout the evening. As tempting as it may be to annoy other pretty boys and girls, I must ask you hold all of that for me. Oh no, you got me. I do, in fact, want all of your torment. Jokes, teasing, all of it. All for myself. You caught me, my shrewd human. I am wildly jealous, and must draw a blade to defend my honor. Are you buying the act yet? In all seriousness, they are all kind of stiff, upper crust types. I do not think they could define fun if they were placed in the middle of it. Really? You will behave for me, will you? You're going to convince them that you're my wife, are you? Well, given how the rumor mill works, I'm quite sure they'd believe you. But of course, there have already been whispers, my sunshine. A prominent vampire lord is seen spending time with a human tavern woman on more than one occasion, smiling, laughing, no visible bite marks on her throat. People will talk. They will conjure up all kinds of theories about our little affair. It hurts me to say, but they more than likely believe you are some kind of novelty or pet to me, which I am sorry on their behalf. Darling, dear friend, you are no kind of novelty to me, nor are you a pet. Though you are as rambunctious as my current ones, I suppose. Regardless, I need you to know that I cherish you. You do know that, yes? I am not pouting, and I know you are just teasing, but if I have an opportunity to give you joy, I want to take it. I do not want you to feel like a plaything or someone that will eventually become a passing fancy for me. Even if you just tease, it hurts my heart. If I do all of that, then who will cherish me? I do not understand. I know you worry about me. I know I can be melancholy, bleak even. I do not mean to be. I can stop if... Why must you make things so difficult? I am not denying myself joy just to stop heartbreak in the future. That's not... Yes, alright. I make my feelings no secret. What do you wish for me to do? Pretend that I do not care for you? We're already dancing this incredibly intricate dance where neither of us can fall in love, but it just keeps... It hurts. Will it hurt less if we never explore it? I do not know. Is it better to fully rip the wound open and let it get bigger for the sake of the beautiful memories we could create together? Or is it better to let my heart stay cold and regret all the things I wish I could have done and said while you were still here? Do not make me decide. I hate deciding. And you're quite bold to just hug a vampire like that, ma'am. You do hug me all the time, it is true. You're so affectionate, so open, so unscared to love. You do trust that I am not like the others. I understand. And I suppose I feel the same for you. We are two odd little fish in a stream, aren't we? Well, when you try to convince them that you are my wife, you're going to need a ring to go with it, you know? A nice one. What is your favorite gemstone? I wish to take my wife to her first gala. If she will allow, of course. I am sure my sunshine will need to get you a gown as well. I'll have my most recommended seamstress come to take measurements when you're not in your bed, curled up around me like a tree-loving rodent of some kind. I know you find it fun. May I ask you something? Do you love me? That is a great relief. You know I love you already. I've not been great at hiding those feelings, but we must take this slow. We must take the utmost of caution if this is the path we are choosing. Do you understand? Good. Give me your hand. I will say it now officially. We just began courting, but I am not opposed to declaring that I wish to have you all to myself. For you, my fair lady. Now, it appears we have a gala to prepare for. What? No, no, that cannot be right. You've been treating the disease for months. How could it have gotten worse? You're meant to be the best doctor in the world. And you can't? You can't save her? Why? What needs to be done? There's nothing to be done? Get out of my sight before I lose my temper. And pray you find something to, at bare minimum, make her more comfortable.
Do you hear me?
No. Your forehead is so cold and clammy. Goodness, my poor love. No. Please, go back to sleep. Please. You need to rest. Do you want to get sicker? I'm sorry, love. I didn't mean... No, stop. Stop, please. I promised. Please. You need to stay back. The doctor's words are driving me into a frenzy to do anything and everything I can to protect you. Even if it means turning you into what I am. I promised I wouldn't do that to you. Please. I do not want to hurt you. Not you. Never you. The doctor said that you had very little time left. Despite his efforts, the affliction appears to spread beyond any means that he can stop. And a healer would take months to arrive. Months that you do not have. A few weeks, he estimated. Weeks. Goodness, weeks are so short. I'm so sorry, my love. I gave you my word that I would save you from this fate. And I couldn't even. I did say I wanted to show you the world, yes, but he said you have so little time, I cannot. What? Turn you? But I thought... Truly, is that what you desire? That is how you feel? That I am the love of your eternity? I thought I could live without you. I thought I could be strong enough to let you go in peace, cherishing the short time we had together. Those sparse, simple months where we were lovers, comfortably holding hands while reading in the library, or dancing in an empty ballroom just because the mood struck. They're everything to me. You are everything to me. I love you too, and it terrifies me. I will do anything to save your life, my sunshine. I promise you that. But eternity is a long time. I fear you may grow tired of me in due time, just like... I'm sorry. You are not her. But the fear is... You are asking to stay with me for an eternity, yes? You are always quite blunt with your desires. And very bold of you to rest your head on my back while I am desperately struggling not to claim you. I would never call you stupid. How dare you? That you trust me, that implicitly means the world, I must admit. Goodness, I am mad for you. In so deep. Knowing I'm in so much trouble. Yet I never want to be apart from you. What happens when I can no longer rely on your blood? I am uncertain. Over this year or so, I've gotten less squeamish at the idea. I think that is largely because you have helped me feel less the monster for it. Turning you would mean I would need to go back to being that monster. I won't starve myself after swearing my eternity to you. Though I'm not surprised you think I would, given how damaged I am. I would have to adjust, yes. Perhaps the doctor can even pull samples from you before you are turned, and a mage might be able to replicate it, but my love, you're already struggling to simply sit up without wincing in pain. Will you marry me? I did just ask that, yes. Others might scoff and say we are moving too quickly or out of some other purpose, but I ask simply because I would quite like to introduce you at the gala as my bride. I ask to have the honor of holding the title of your husband. I am not a soft-hearted poet, thank you. Closer to a one-wit that stumbled his way into a romance he never expected and wants to hold for as long as he can. Being a count? Fine. A vampire lord of high esteem? Fine. But your husband? What finer title could I ask for? You will? I am most delighted, my sunshine. Oh, fine. Oh, you have given me everything. And should you be mine, I swear that you will have everything your heart desires. A life dedicated to making someone you care for smile and laugh is the life you've taught me. And I wish to cherish it, if you will allow me. No, none of the neck slapping and do it coward grins this time, my love. I need you to give yourself to me fully. I must have you willingly give yourself to me with a vow. If I turn you from a desperate bloodlust, it'd be no more than a thrall, a glorified zombie at my behest. And the thought turns what little stomach I have left. To join me as a fully realized vampire, you must bare your neck to me and utter the words, I am yours. I fear I cannot detract from the natural pain nor fright of death, my dear. All I can do is be here for you and not leave your side while you transition. If you are ready, then you simply must utter the words, my love. It's beautiful. Ah, there she is. Goodness, do you look beautiful in that gown? But you look beautiful even when you are snoring on my chest. I think the event is going well thus far. Most of the guests have arrived and are all aflutter about the Count married a human. I think they're quite eager to see what all the fuss is about, but do try and behave yourself a little, for my sake, won't you? Not everyone here is going to have a sense of humor. In fact, most of them won't. I know, they're terrible wars. Just remember that once the gala is done, we'll be off on our honeymoon. And you'll be able to torment and fluster me all you desire. I look forward to it as well, my sunshine. My esteemed guests, I welcome you to my humble abode, and am most honored to welcome you to my home. Though, I must call it our home moving forward. Given your curiosity and the rumblings through the many, many gossip finds these last few months, I am taking a leaf from my wife's book and am emboldened to allow you to see the woman who captured my heart, if she wishes it. I ask you to welcome your new countess. And to forgive her, as she will immediately try to befriend all of you. We thank you for your congratulations. Now, shall we begin the festivities so I might dance with my bride?